This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
All right, everybody, this is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Welcome back.
We're back.
It's fucking Christmas time.
It is.
And it snowed. That's nice.
Yeah. So we're going to have a white Christmas, it looks like.
Hopefully. We have a white Wednesday, at least. Because that's the thing. Like, yeah, it snows, like, heavy for a day, and it looks all pretty, and you take pictures, and then it's gone, and it's just shit.
Yep.
And then all the parking lots have, like, a mound of brown. It looks like cookies and cream ice cream.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so it's exciting times.
It is exciting times. The Bills are in the playoffs.
Yeah. Last week we discussed the potential of the Bills getting the playoffs, and I feel like we're, like, as a city, that everyone's still just, like, hesitantly even wants to say that. You know what I mean?
The great thing is unlike a couple of years ago, we don't have to wait for the Bengals to save us and get us in at the last second.
Yeah.
We're in with 2 weeks to go, and there's still an outside chance of winning the division if we can beat New England on Saturday.
Oh man!
And then, but then we need to win the last game as well, and we need a little Fitzmagic, old Fitzpatrick, the old Bills QB, to come up big for us in Week 17. But it's a long shot, but it's still there, which would make us the number 2 seed.
We are the long shot city.
So, for those of you who don't know, I went to Pittsburgh and went to the game, and man, we had a blast.
Yeah.
Me and 3 of my buddies went together, and then we met 3 of my other friends down there. So we had a nice little crew, and it was fantastic. We had a great time. We hit up a bar beforehand. Well, first we started in the hotel, of course.
Yeah.
Threw back a bunch of beers. Went to a bar. Had a couple more.
And you guys did it up right. You stayed at, like, a nice hotel.
We stayed at the Marriott.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you had, like, club level seats, right?
We had club level seating, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
We had quite a night. We stayed out until, I don't know, I think we got back to the hotel around 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Get to see one of those famous Pittsburgh sunrises.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were on the 20th floor at the Marriott, though, and it overlooked, like, the whole city. It was great. Like, it was really cool. We were right next to the Penguins Arena. Was literally right next door. And we had a little action before the game, right before we left for the game. It was around 6 o'clock, and there's a one-way street. The reason I know it's a one-way is because we almost went down it twice on our way to the Marriott. And all of a sudden, there was cops coming up the other way with their lights on, and they stopped this car, and then cops came in from the other side. They pulled this guy out of the car. They slammed him on the roof of the fucking car. It was fucking crazy. I was like, what the fuck's going on down there? So, a little pregame entertainment, which was always good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that guy did, but it doesn't look like it was good. And the Bills' defense, as usual, stood strong, and it was great. I actually rode the hotel the hotel elevator down with Shaq Lawson.
I was gonna say, yeah. Did you guys run into any of the players at the?
Yeah, I was in the elevator with Shaq Lawson, and my buddy Mark, who was with us, was in the elevator with Devin Singletary, because the Bills stayed at the same hotel we did.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. We got to see a bunch of the guys. And then Dano, who works with me at the Jug, came with us too, and he's got a video of Josh Allen running up to... I was so pissed because I had to pee so bad. Like, the game ended, and I ran down to the bathroom because I was, like, waiting for the clock to run out.
Right,
like, I'm like, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. Yes, we did it. I got to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, check this out, as soon as I got back. And it's Josh Allen running to the end zone, which is where we were, and being like, yeah, and like high-fiving all the fans. The video is like Josh Allen like 2 feet in front of him. Like he's right in front of him, like
That's
yelling
hilarious.
and
Yeah.
like, dude, it was awesome.
You guys are my new best friends.
Yeah.
He started handing out $100 bills. Anybody who missed this is an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that happens, especially at drinking events. Concerts is a big thing. Mm-hmm. When they're like having the encore and you have to piss so bad that it's like medical. It's like an issue.
Yep.
And everyone's cheering and part of you's kind of like, wrap it up.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was just like, come on, clock. Come on, clock. Run out.
That's funny.
And, yeah, so it was great.
Was there
Tre'Davious White, we'll bring him up again because he had a big pick at the end of the game to wrap it up. And he actually got AFC Defensive Player of the Week. So he had an awesome game.
You should have gone to the desk at the hotel and been like, "Oh, excuse me, Tre'Davious White's room?"
I don't think they would have let us in there.
They're like, "Sir, that's not a real name."
That's not a real name.
Was there any like rivalries happening? Was there any fights? Was there any shit? Did you guys wear like Bills shit?
Oh yeah, we were all decked out.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Was
full on Bills gear, all of us.
Throwing fucking steel beams at you or whatever they do in Pittsburgh when they're mad?
No. The guy at the end of our aisle was a fucking total cocksucker. He like refused to get up like every time we had to pee. Like I had to tap him and then tap him and then like shove him.
You should just peed on him.
And even his buddy was like, "Come on, dude." And he's like, "Oh, they gotta go to the bathroom every 15 minutes." Like, I'm like, "Sorry, I'm not drinking hot tea, homo."
Yeah.
Because that's what he was drinking. He was drinking hot tea.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, he's one of those guys who wants to go enjoy the game and he watches it.
Sit
at
on your
home,
couch.
Yeah, let's go to the Buffalo game. Their fans are known to be very mild.
Yeah. So anyway, that guy was a dick. But outside of that, the fans weren't too bad. Like I thought they were going to be worse. There was a couple real pussies that like waited until we got by them, and they were like, "Buffalo sucks," but they were like way past us, Yeah. And I'm like, oh, tough guy.
Yeah, but then you win. Buffalo wins.
Yep.
You don't even got to say anything.
Right. No need. We're in the playoffs. You're not.
Yeah. Check the scoreboard, sir.
Yeah.
Our hockey team is the Sabres. What are you guys again? Oh, the Penguins. Oh, the mighty Penguin.
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So it was, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's
had by
great,
all.
man. And everybody's fucking stoked. They're in the playoffs, and
Absolutely.
you know who's really stoked?
Who?
Orenthal James Simpson.
He sure is.
Dude, I think it's coming to fruition here. Like, he's noticed on his, we had him. We're going to have OJ call in again.
Yes.
OJ's on the line.
OJ's on the line again.
Yeah.
He loves us.
You have a call from L.A. County Correctional Facility. It's OJ. To
Yo,
accept
this
the
is OJ.
charges, press. Yeah.
I think it was about 15, 16 weeks ago.
Look at his shirt.
That I was sitting in this very seat, in this very room, when Andrew Luck retired on me. That was before I picked Antonio Brown also in my draft. But guess what? I have a slight lead, and I still have Michael Thomas to play tomorrow night. So there is an excellent chance that I might be playing for my league's Super Bowl next week. In any event, a lot of these games are still going on, and I have a question. Which team is more bipolar, the Rams or the Cowboys? I know this. If I was going into the playoffs and playing against the Cowboys, I wouldn't be too confident because there's no telling what they're capable of doing. Jerry Jones, you might get off the hot seat. If this guy gets to the playoffs and win a game, I think we're going to be living with Jason Garrett for another year. I'm just saying. Hey, how you like my pre-Christmas gift?
I love it.
Pretty nice. Take care.
I'm just saying.
Juice.
I'm just saying is his catchphrase at the end. He says, "Hello, Twitter world, yours truly," and then he says, "I'm just saying." Always on brand. And it's just so, like, I can't get over the fact that, like, in his head at one point, he was like, I'm going to own a team. I'm going to be the general manager of a team, or I'm going to be some high up at the NFL Network guy. And now he's in the back of fucking shenanigans playing fantasy football with some plumbers.
Yep.
Like doing his Twitter videos. Like, that's his thing. All right. But we love you, Juice. All right. All right. The shirt that he's wearing, he's got merch. I think he's been listening to the show because he's getting really into Buffalo. And he took a cue from you with the Jug merch.
Yeah.
So he's got all this. He's got these OJ sweaters. He's wearing a hoodie. It's a black hoodie with like a caricature of, it says, "Keep the juice." And it's OJ sitting at a Christmas tree, and he's got a glass of juice, but he's wearing a Bills jersey, and he's got next to him is a Bills helmet.
Oh yeah.
So like he's leaning in. I think he's starting to notice that Buffalo might be successful, and they might actually get a Super Bowl. And it's kind of like when your friend who you haven't talked to in years is like really like successful and has like some cool shit going on.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Hey buddy, what's going on?" "Oh man, oh no, I was trying to get a hold of you. You got a different number or something." "No, I didn't forget
Been trying
you.
to contact you for like 2 years."
Yeah, I'm always telling people how great you are. Can I get some tickets to that game?" Old buddy, old pal. Like, I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Is he's got Bills shit. He's leaning hard into the Bills. He's a, you know.
We got to send him some Jug merch.
Hell yeah.
You put that on.
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
He's coming back.
As soon as he's legally allowed to leave Nevada, he's coming back.
When's that?
I don't know. Hopefully. I think if they win the Super Bowl, he'll come back.
Oh, yeah.
And we will accept him with open arms.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got a big show Friday, too.
Oh, yeah, Friday. So, yeah, this will go up Friday. And then tonight, if you're listening to this the day it came out, the 20th, December 20th, Friendly Foes, Christmas shenanigans at the Jug.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We jammed a bunch of new shit.
And tomorrow night, actually, we have our third Thursday, so we're doing pictures with Santa Claus for the kids.
That's the Santa thing, yeah.
Yeah, free hot cocoa, and we're going to be doing hot cider drinks and stuff like that. So that's going to be good stuff. If you hear this after that, hopefully we saw you there.
Yeah. Well, they heard it last week. We talked about the third Thursday.
And then Saturday for the... because the Patriots, the Bills game got switched again. Okay. So now they play 4:30 on Saturday.
Are they playing in Buffalo or in
We're
New
doing
England?
a chowder party.
Oh. Well, that's kind of leaning into the other team's side with the New England clam chowder. Is that what we're doing?
It's not New England clam chowder.
No, are you going to do Buffalo chicken chowder?
It's a Buffalo chowder.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Yeah. And so come get your belly full and watch us take the Pats down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
From the lake.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like the actual zebras. I'm like, what, Africa?
Yeah. Yeah, zebra backstraps.
Dude, you ever eat a kangaroo backstrap? It's phenomenal.
Who was telling me? Niall. Niall was saying that he's had kangaroo, and it's great.
I think, didn't the Griffin have a little kangaroo slider?
They did. They had kangaroo sliders.
Is that legal?
I guess. It must be.
I guess. What did that kangaroo do to deserve that?
I don't know.
Yeah, so you guys had a good Pittsburgh run there.
Yeah, we did. We spent a lot of time afterwards getting really silly.
Okay, celebrating the win.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. Did you go bar hopping and shit?
Yeah. We had some clubs.
Oh yeah, some dance clubs.
Some dance clubs. Yep. So, I didn't see too many guys dancing.
Yeah, that's good. It's all for the girls.
That's right.
Girls they dance, they drink.
Yeah, they were having a good time.
The guys sit in the corner and shout business ideas to each other over loud music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun had by all, and then then we went to leave, and there were 7 of us, and we ordered the big Uber, but it still didn't fit 7 people, so we had to leave 3 behind. And then we couldn't get a hold of those 3 guys the rest of the night. I don't know what happened to them. And then I ran into one of them last night, and he's like, "Dude, what happened to you guys?" And I was like, "Dude, we gave that guy $20 to come back and get you. He said he was shutting his thing off to come back and get you, and he couldn't find you."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, we were wandering around the streets." Like, I'm like, "Well, we told you." And they I'm
sure they had some adventures. You gotta let the night just take you. Surrender to the night.
Well, I don't know. They couldn't find their one buddy, and they ended up wandering around the streets for the next hour, I guess.
You know those little like tag things that you can put like on your keys and your phone? You got to just tag all your friends with those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could just find your phone and then boop, 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 and you just follow them.
Yep. So, and we brought the red towels. We brought the red towels because you're supposed to bring red towels to combat the yellow towel, the terrible towel.
Yeah.
So we brought the red towels, and my one buddy, he was so fucked up, and he was blowing his nose in it. And this poor little girl from Buffalo was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. She wanted the towel, and he threw it to her, and I was like, dude. I was like, get that back. You've been blowing your nose in it for the last hour. He's like, oh, no, throw it back. Throw it back. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
It's contaminated.
So that was pretty amusing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so she threw it back, and then I felt bad. Like, I'm like, she just took it back from that. She was like 9 years old, you know?
Get her another one.
Oh, man, it was funny.
Or you go, here's what you do. You find a guy with a yellow towel, you clock him in the nose, you take his yellow towel, you dap up his nose blood, and make it a red towel. Then give it to the kid.
Right.
That's not as gross.
And our towels were just a slight bit off. My one buddy was like, yeah, let's go Niners, because they were almost maroon.
Yeah.
But they didn't have any red ones left, because it's Christmas, and everyone's fucking buying all the red ones, you know? So they didn't have any bright red. They had an off red, which was, you know, it's close enough. On TV, you can't tell.
Yeah, sure. So, as long as it's not yellow.
Right.
You wash it with some whites, and it turns pink.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, no.
We brought our pink towels.
Is this the breast cancer awareness month? Well, that sounds like a goddamn blast, and hopefully they keep going. There's some playoff games you guys can go to, and
well, I mean, unless, like I said, we happen to somehow win the division, which is going to be really hard, then the first playoff game is going to be away. So we're all trying to figure out where it's going to be, and we might go. We're thinking about going.
Get some, you got to get on like the rumor mill. Like that's what they do with like fish shows. Like when there's a rumor, they're going to play here. Everybody just books up every hotel in that city,
right? Just
in case.
Yeah.
And
well, it's looking like Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's quite a trip. We were thinking Tennessee, but then Houston beat Tennessee last week, so now it's looking more like Houston. Because Tennessee would have been cool. Like I was like, yeah, we're going to Nashville. You know.
Yeah. Who's going to play the Super Bowl halftime show? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Who did last year?
I don't know.
I think Travis Scott came out at one point and did something.
Maybe.
Because I'm pretty sure Mike Dean was on stage with him. Mike Dean is the unsung hero of music. I mean, you know, a lot of fucking people know who he is, but he's produced like everything. He was on Saturday Night Live playing guitar like in the background of like for like 3 weeks in a row. Like he played with like the whole Kanye Kids See Ghosts thing, and then he played with Travis Scott, and he was playing with John Mayer, and he's like the Forrest Gump of like modern music. You keep looking in the background, there he is. And then we're watching the halftime of the Super Bowl show, and he's sitting there fucking hitting synths, smoking a blunt. I'm like, hey, there he is.
There he is again.
So whoever plays, get Mike Dean to show up and play some synths, smoke a blunt, because he's awesome. Maybe we'll get the Goo Goo Dolls. I don't know.
Get the Goo Goo Dolls.
A Buffalo themed, and nobody knows who they are until they they do a whole medley of their songs. And everyone's like, who the fuck are these guys? I don't know who that is. Is that Ellen DeGeneres? Who is that? And then when they get to the Don't Want the World to See, everyone goes, oh, okay, these guys. Matchbox 20. Right, Matchbox 20. No, it's not, dude. It's Third Eye Blind. Oh. Who? Bring Rick James back.
Two of my buddies went down the night before because we found out that the Strictly Hip was playing a Bills Backers bar down there the night before.
Really?
Yeah, so they left at like 6, got down there around like 9:30, and when they got to the bar, they were just finishing up. So they missed it.
Yeah.
But that would have been probably pretty cool, see the Strictly Hip down there.
Yeah. Dude, that's one of my favorite memories of seeing the Hip was in the 10,000 Lakes Festival in fucking Wisconsin or something. Way the fuck out there. And that was like our first like graduate high school, get in the car, camping, go on a trip to a music festival, and take real drugs. Like, far away from home on your own, like in the middle of this field with these crazy hippies losing your mind, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. This is the first time, like, I saw the gigantic world of, like, what the Grateful Dead is. Like, there's a scene of that shit in Buffalo for sure.
Yeah.
But you're out in a field with thousands of people. They're all singing Brown Eyed Women. And you're like,
Yep.
I come from a high school where 4 people know this song. You know what I mean? Like, it just was mind-blowing.
Right.
And then in the middle of all that, the hip was there. And that was kind of like the beacon of home. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure,
Like,
sure.
they're playing all their songs, and that's like the shit we grew up with. And it's like it's like, oh, okay, they're here too.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they got in the car and drove from Lewiston to out here too. And they're like, yeah, guys, this is weird. And I remember there was a girl in overalls standing on some, I want to say it was a hay bale, but where the fuck would she get a hay bale? I don't know. She must have brought a hay bale with her. But she was standing on something, singing every fucking word. Right. It was great. It was a good time. They were badass.
Cool.
So that's, yeah, there we go. A little beacon of home with a Strictly Hip playing in Pittsburgh.
Right. Yep. So there was the one bar that we went to afterwards too. They had one of the biggest beer lists I've ever seen. It was incredible. I ended up getting a fat tire.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had one in a while, and not everybody around here has those. I remember when you couldn't even get those, when they hadn't even crossed the Mississippi yet. So I remember JB, the old bartender at the Jug and at
Right.
Brickyard and stuff. He was going to. He was going somewhere. I can't remember, but he brought me back 2 cases of it because he drove.
Yeah, you gotta like bootleg it.
Yeah, and you couldn't get it anywhere here. So, I mean, that was 10 years ago or so. Now it's all here. But
So you came back with more beer than you brought, is what you said. You have a cooler that, you know, it sounds like it has fucking bricks in it.
yeah, I know. I'm not exactly sure how that happened because I was just pounding beers. So, but a bunch of different people kept coming to our room, and everyone that came to our room brought like a 12 or 18 pack, and they would only drink like 1 or 2 beers out of it, and then they'd leave.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the cooler, we couldn't even shut it. Like, I was like, dude, we can't even shut the cooler to take it home.
Yeah.
So we had to take out the half a dozen waters that were in there.
Oh, that shit in the river.
So, well, we needed them on the ride home anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Good times.
We had a great time.
And the fact that they won just makes it, you know, I mean, if they would have lost, you would have made the best of it.
Sure.
Might have had a little less beer in the cooler on the way back. But the winning, you know, that just makes it a worthwhile trip.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was great. Yeah. It's just so exciting to have them in the playoffs this early, you know?
Yeah.
Where we don't have to wait until the last game, biting our nails, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
We're guaranteed.
And you know the season's going to keep going. It's not like, you know, the last Bills game isn't the end of the football season.
Right.
You
We
know,
got a
now
minimum of one more.
Keeps going, yeah.
Hopefully more than that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But,
That's good for business
go
at the
Bills.
Jug, too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do big playoff parties and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really good. You know, we should definitely have real good turnout for that first playoff game. And yeah, Sabres lost last night, but Jack Eichel has a point in 17 consecutive games, and the Sabres record is 18 by Gilbert Perreault.
Ah,
So one more game with a point, and he ties the all-time Sabres record, which
that's
is
cool.
Incredible. It's
I know. I feel bad for the Sabres now. Everybody's all over the bill. It's like the 2 kids.
Yeah.
And now Eichel came home and like, I got another A. And we're like, shut up.
Yeah, I know,
one
right?
cares. Your brother's doing great things.
yeah. So
It's just the Bisons are off in a home somewhere like Rosemary Kennedy. That's a good fucking joke. Pete Costello will like that.
But I mean, the Sabres they've been doing better though. They're in second place in the Atlantic Division now, so they're in a playoff spot, which is good. I mean, we're a long ways away from that, but most of our concentration, as you said, is on the Bills right now because they got good things going right now.
They can't win the cup because someone's going to put blue cheese in it, and they're going to be dipping chicken wings out of the cup. And now
what's wrong with that?
They just got to steam clean it, I guess. Whatever team gets it again is going to be like, this thing fucking smells weird. What they put in this? It's all greasy.
That'd be great.
Like salt on it from fucking dropping it in the road.
Yeah. Well, no, you win the Stanley Cup. It's in fucking June.
Oh, yeah.
So you're
There's
safe
still
there.
salt remnants. There's hot sauce all over the white gloves that you got to use to carry it.
Yep.
Well, yeah, exciting things for Buffalo sports fans. Juice, I can't help but think Juice is sending positive energy.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Well, that's all he does is send positive energy.
Yep.
Positive thoughts everywhere from the Juice.
Dude, we got to come do some of your Twitter videos from the Jug.
Yeah.
Hang out at the Jug. Him and Dano will start like a fantasy game. That'd be great if Juice was like in the hole to Dano for like thousands of dollars. That's the perfect ending to this whole thing.
Oh, they'd be exchanging messages
Juice,
back and forth, what they're going to do to each other if they don't get their money.
Juice is trying to be charming. Dano, my man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Good shit. Yeah, all right. Well, exciting things in the world of Buffalo sports.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Yeah.
Give these people something to live for.
That's right.
God, because there's diehard, like there's people who are, there's people who are fans, and then there are people who are like, this is their fucking religion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, imagine if Jesus won. Jesus fought back and won. That's what's going on with these people. They're very excited.
Somebody said last night a Jesus joke. Did you see that they just found out that Jesus was Italian? I mean, think about it. He lived at home till he was 30. His mom thought that he was a god, and he thought that his mom never had sex, and he was immaculate conception.
That's funny.
Yeah.
We were at the Jug one night with our friends Ryan and Babby, and we were, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. We were just sitting at the bar, just shooting the shit. And there was like a big laugh. Like someone told a joke or the story or whatever. And there was like a big laugh. And we're all laughing our balls off. And then the laugh died down. And there was like a long silence. And everybody's kind of waiting to like what the next subject is going to be. You know what I mean? Like everyone's waiting for the next guy to start talking so we can get the conversation going again.
Uh-huh.
There's like a long silence. And I was like, so, did you guys hear that Jesus died? And then we laughed again. Anytime, for the holidays, when you're with your in-laws or whatever, and there's long, awkward silences and nobody knows what to talk about, use that. just bring it up like you just found out.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that Jesus died? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then hopefully that will spark something. I don't know. Didn't work.
Didn't work.
All right. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. We're going to take a break. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
All right, so shout out to all of our listeners. I was checking the numbers, and SoundCloud does a cool thing where it tells you not only how many people have been listening, but where they're listening.
Yep.
And obviously, United States and Canada were the top two countries, and then Romania was one that stuck out. There was like 30 listens from Romania.
Yeah. So, thank you, Romania.
Yeah. That's great. I don't know anything about Romania.
I don't really either.
I don't know enough Romanian jokes.
No.
I don't know any Romanian food.
No, but we appreciate your listening.
I thought Romania was when they did WrestleMania in Rome.
I don't think that's
confused. Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
It's up for debate. Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So that's great. Thank you to all the Romanian listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Keep spreading the word. We want Captain's Jug of Thoughts around the goddamn globe.
That's right. So we'll get out there. So, so we got Christmas coming up. We got New Year's. And
Yeah,
then,
do you guys do like a New Year's thing at the Jug?
We do. We give out free champagne at midnight, but I mean, nothing overly special.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a like champagne tower that we do, and so, and for Christmas we have Addie Wojak's famous eggnog, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's eggnog made from scratch, with a lot of booze in it.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff, and it's free.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So come try some. Try some eggnog on
Eggnog is
Christmas
like
Eve.
It's like a creamy egg. I think I might have had it like once. What is? There's eggs in it, obviously.
Egg whites.
Egg whites.
Yep.
Okay. So it's not like Rocky where you're just drinking a raw egg.
No, not exactly. Yeah, and there's like heavy cream and a lot of booze and nutmeg and I'm not sure what else all is in there.
Spices and whatnot.
Yeah, but it's really, really delicious.
It's an odd tradition.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. And man, people drink the shit out of that.
I would assume, yeah. And it's free, right?
Yeah. And it's funny because you'll have like 3 or 4 of them, and you might have one other drink, and you're like, a little bit fucked up. What the hell happened? All I was doing is drinking that drink over there, and it's like milk.
Yeah. I was dipping cookies into it.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, it's fantastic. And Eddie agreed to make it for us again, which is great. He's made it for us the last couple years, and it's a big, like 5-gallon pail of it.
Yeah. And you do like the ladle.
Yeah, there's a ladle.
Classic,
and
yeah.
just put out a bunch of plastic cups next to it and have at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the only way to get through this shit.
And then I'll be going to Florida.
Yeah. That's cool. For how long?
I don't know, a week, 10 days, we'll see.
Are you doing a hot dog visit?
We sure are.
You go dolphin fishing or whatever the fuck you guys are doing?
I don't know if we're going to go dolphin fishing, but we might get the dolphins to come behind the boat again and jump the waves like last time, which was cool.
Yeah.
That's
pretty badass.
It's always fun to see. As soon as he listens to this episode, he'll call me and make fun of me for saying that because he sees it every fucking day of his life.
I know. That's so funny. Because it's not magical to him. It's just...
No.
It's like seeing a squirrel. Like, he doesn't
It
care.
is. No, he doesn't care at all. He's like, oh, fucking hurry. And fucking saw the dolphin. Oh, big guy.
You know how fucking crazy it would be if we saw a dolphin here?
Yeah, I know.
Like, how did you get here?
So,
there's camels. The camels are up across the street.
yeah, the 3 wise camels.
Well, the camels are wise. There's no guys with them. There's
No.
kind of 3 wandering camels.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. See them?
Yeah, they're out there.
Hey, they're out there, right across the
They
street
got-
from my place.
All the nativity scenes are set up, and we're still figuring out how to get jug onesies on all the baby Jesuses.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus, is it Jesuses?
Jesus's.
Because there was only one guy, but now there's all, like Star Wars. They made 1 million of these fucking action figures and sent them out everywhere.
Yeah.
Is it Jesuses?
I don't know.
I think
Jesus's.
it's Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. It's like octopi. That's the plural of Jesus is Jesus.
Okay.
But yeah, we're thinking of how do we get the onesies on all of these little guys? You sneak out, you go, you put onesies on them, and that's just great advertising for the jug.
It is. It is.
Who doesn't? It's Christmas. Who doesn't want to look at baby Jesus? What is baby Jesus wearing? A stone jug onesie.
Yeah. What else would baby Jesus be wearing?
Nothing.
Oh, exactly. Otherwise, he'd be naked.
Yeah.
Got to put the onesie on. It's
Yeah.
got to be a jug onesie. So those things are actually selling like crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's great.
People are coming in buying the jug onesies. People want to put their babies in jug gear.
Hell yeah.
It is fantastic. So, in 20 years, they'll be coming and having their first drink at the jug.
Yeah.
Because they'll see pictures of themselves as a little tiny baby in jug gear.
They've been repping the jug since day one.
Yep.
Right out the womb.
Yeah.
You took us on a little tour of all the construction you guys are doing upstairs.
Yep.
And then up in the up, like it just keeps going up.
I know.
It's like that fucking painting with all the staircases and shit. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
And then there's the creepy 4th floor.
Oh, yeah.
That is the wall, like it is stuck in time.
It totally is.
And there's that stain on the wall that we're going to be like, it's barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It's definitely some sort of murder. Definitely blood that was forced out of a person.
Yep.
And
100 years ago.
Yeah. And there's a cradle. There's like a rocking old wooden cradle thing.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it so creepy.
With a bottle of pop-off vodka and a Jason mask.
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing up there?
Well, you know.
Just anything old-timey and baby is creepy.
Right.
Like you go to a museum and you see like old-timey clothes, you're like, oh, how interesting. You see old-timey baby clothes, you're like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because that baby probably died.
Well, Eddie doesn't go up to the 4th floor. And as we all know, his family owned the place for 77 years. He pretty much grew up there.
Yeah.
And the other day, we had brought down from the 4th floor some old Christmas paintings from when his grandparents owned the place, Martin and Charlotte.
And it started flooding back memories.
Yeah, because there's one that it's Martin and Charlotte, and they're waving like goodbye, and it was the year that Eddie was taking over. So Eddie is like behind this like wreath, poking his head out with like wings and horns, and it says like "Fast Ed coming to get you," like
yeah.
And it's a Christmas one, and he's like, holy cow! And then he was like reminded of other ones because his cousin painted all of these, so he was reminded of these other ones. So Mike was like, oh yeah, they're up on the 4th floor, and Eddie's like, can we go look? And I was like, I thought you don't go to the 4th floor. He's like, not alone. So we went up there looking for him.
That's a good sign where the guy who's owned the place his whole life won't go up there.
I know. So we go up there and we're looking for him, and Mike's like, I put him in this fucking room, and Eddie's like, see why it creeps me out? Shit just moves around up here. Like, wow. So we couldn't find him, and then finally we found him. They were in the next room over, and he's like, I swear to God, I put him in that room. He's like, I don't know how this happened. But we didn't find the one. I guess there was one of a bunch of Christmas hippies. Yeah. Because it was the one that she did in like the 70s.
The 3 wise men were kind of hippies.
Yeah.
Just wandering the desert with herbs and weird ass things.
Yeah. So, but we ended up finding a couple of them, but we didn't find the hippie one that he wanted to find. And it was a bunch of people, actually, and it was from the 70s, like I said, and it's a bunch of the old men that come there now for happy hour. Like, they were all in this.
It was all them younger?
Yeah, it's all them painted younger. Yeah, so I really wanted to see it, and I really wanted to put it up, and but...
What if it was like the end of The Shining, where it shows like an old party at the Jug, and then it looks in, and then it's you.
Yeah.
And it's like your face now, but it's you back then.
Right.
You're the bartender, Mr. Hardin.
Yeah, I know.
You've always been the bartender.
You've always been the bartender. Yeah, there is a joke there that a lot of people think that I've been there forever.
What was said? What the fuck? Maximus Hardin.
Yeah,
I name on the thing. I was like, dude, we're gonna find an old portrait of like an old guy who just looks like you.
I know.
In like old timey clothes.
Yeah, Maximus Hardin wrote an article that we found inside the wall when we were doing the construction, and it's spelled the same way and everything. And I'm like, holy shit, is that just me?
Yeah, that's funny, man.
So,
I don't have any of those.
Yeah.
There's Uma Thurman, famous actress. No one ever brings that up to me or asks me about her.
Right.
Everyone brings up Thurman Thomas.
Sure.
Like, it's not how family works. It's not how names work. That's not how skin tone works.
None of these things.
None of these. I have no connection to the guy.
No.
But
hey, Thurman Thomas.
Well, Uma Thurman was the Poison Ivy in that Batman movie that came out when I was a kid, and she was very sensual. Gave me a lot of confusing thoughts.
Yeah.
She had the same last name as me. I don't know, is this my aunt? Is this my cousin? I don't know.
I hope there's no relation.
I hope not. Yeah. So, shout out Romania.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And, yeah, we're going to be going down to see Hot Dog soon, so I'm excited about that.
Get a little
Hot
break
Dog's wife.
Get a little break from everything.
And the new cocktail weenie, too.
Yeah. A little hot dog. And the mini wiener.
Yep.
So you got to get away. You need to physically put an entire country length in between you and the jug. Because, right, you live right next door.
I know.
And as we've heard a million times on the show, like your phone just anytime, Chris, the straws aren't strawy enough, you get a fucking phone call.
I know.
Anytime something happens, you get a call and you got to go down there and handle it.
Yep.
You have to physically be, 2 flights and a fucking 5-hour layover away.
Right.
In order to just get some peace and quiet.
So, yeah, I'm looking very forward to that. I mean, I got 4 phone calls in the day, and it was about 30 hours that I was gone to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I got 4 calls. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding, you guys? Come on!"
You gotta take the training wheels off.
Oh my god!
And let him go. And you'd be like, "Okay," and Dan was like, "You can let go now." And then you're like, "I already did." You've been riding by yourself this whole time. You guys can handle it. You don't need him.
Right.
You want him to need you just enough so there's not like a full-on mutiny. But you can, get away for a little bit.
Right.
I want to look up, I don't know if it's a big city. So, remember the story about like when I went and played that gig in Pennsylvania and there was that crazy fucking dude there.
Yeah.
And then like he's talking about how he got arrested and all that shit. And I looked it up. I just typed in the town and the police raid and that dude's mugshot popped up.
Right.
So let's go Pittsburgh. Pitts. There's 2 T's.
Yep.
That's not a word.
What's not a word?
Pittsburgh. It's one of those words that you look at when it's written out and you're like, what? I don't know. Police chase?
Oh, yeah.
I want to know what this guy did.
Yeah, and it would have been from Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. I'm going to look up news. Police chase ends in Pittsburgh Greenfield. It's 2 weeks ago. Fuck you, Google. Why would I want that?
That's too long ago.
Yeah. 6 days ago.
Too long ago.
3 weeks. I don't know. Maybe this is some maybe you guys weren't supposed to see that. This is some on the nose shit.
Yeah, right.
What was the date?
Let's see.
It would be the 8th.
What? No.
Didn't you say it was on Sunday?
Yeah.
Was it the Sunday? Saturday was the 7th.
No.
What?
Today's the 18th.
No, you're talking. Okay, so that wasn't last week. When did the fuck did this happen? When did you go do this?
This happened on Sunday, 4 days ago. It was the 14th.
I thought you went last week.
What?
No, I don't know. I'm all fucking confused. Which one's Pittsburgh? Yeah, I don't know, man. September 8th, 2008. Why would I want to know
15th.
that? It was the 15th.
Right.
August 15th. I think now I'm even more suspicious.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of publicity on this thing.
Well, I got 6 other people that saw it.
I wouldn't say that out loud, dude.
Too late.
Yeah, anybody who saw it.
I just told hundreds of people.
Oh, Jesus, they're coming after us now. You saw JFK. You saw what they did to Kevin Costner.
Well, you know what?
Anybody who was in Dealey Plaza that day and saw something suspicious just happened to have cancer within the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that guy got away, I guess. I don't know.
He didn't get away.
They got him.
Trust me, they got him. We saw him get got.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
It's always exciting when something like that happens, when you see all the flashing lights and shit.
Yeah. They cornered him in. And there was 2 other cars there that just were stuck for like 2 hours. I felt bad for those people. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, they're just stuck because some asshole.
Yeah.
It was probably like a fucking hit and run or something.
Yeah.
You know. Or maybe it was an enormous drug deal.
Yeah, maybe something cool.
Yeah.
Some police corruption and shit. Something they want to keep on the.
Maybe it was a serial killer.
Maybe. He's here to kill Tre'Davious White. It's like The Fan, that fucking De Niro movie.
Oh God. I haven't seen that in a long time. I forgot about that movie. That was fucked up.
But that's what that guy was doing. He was trying to kill Tre'Davious White.
Yeah. Get the fuck away from Tre'Davious. He's our best player.
That's why he was around your hotel. He was trying to find a weakness and try to get in.
Trey was trying to get in.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm in the freaking lobby. We're checking in, right? And I turn around and there's these 2 Bills fans sitting on this, like there's it's a lounge area in the lobby.
Right.
One of them sitting in a chair, one of them sitting on the couch. And I'm like, "What's up, guys? Go Bills!" And the guy's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Just here for the game, buddy." And he's like, "How do I know you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Where are you guys from?" And of course, Dan was like, "Buffalo." And I'm like, Dano. And he's like, well, obviously, but like where? And I'm like, Youngtown. He's like, I'm from Youngtown. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I live on Lake Road. And I was like, I run the Jug. He's like, that must be it. He's like, I've been to the Jug a bunch of times. I love that place. So
you must get that a lot because you hang out with people when they're in mentally incapacitated states,
right?
So you remember them, and they're looking at you. They're like, I saw this guy in a dream once.
Yeah, right.
No, you were black out of the Jug.
Yeah, no, that was me. You were at the Jug. I know what you're talking about. So, but that was kind of funny, it was like our first interaction with a Bills fan.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, and the guy happened to be from right around the corner.
Yeah. We went to Philly last year for the Chip Chipperson podcast.
Chip Chipperson.
Chip Chipperson is one of America's greatest broadcasters, one of our greatest comedic minds.
All right.
And he was doing a live show in Philly on my birthday last year.
Nice.
So we went, and it was a great fucking show. But that weekend was the Army-Navy game.
Oh.
So, dude, the whole city was just either Army or Navy people.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, everywhere. Every hotel was sold out. Every restaurant you went to, like, it was just hustling and fucking bustling.
Right.
But we were flying out Sunday, like, right before the game. And we're on we're taxiing out, getting ready to take off. And the guy's like, comes on the thing and says, we're going to have to wait a little bit. We have some traffic coming in. And they didn't say anything, really. They didn't give us any detail. They just said, we're going to have to wait. We're like, oh, what the fuck? And then they're like, folks, if you look out the right side of the plane, you'll see Air Force One descending. And sure enough, fucking Big T Daddy,
wow.
Daddy Trump was on his way in for the game.
Oh,
and you look out the window and Air Force One's landing. And dude, that motherfucker is big.
Yeah.
And like we pulled like right next to it. Like it's a big fucking plane.
Wow.
It's huge. And then you just see a million dudes in suits with the little earpieces, and like it's a whole. You didn't like see individually anybody,
right?
Then you just see them all like go get in their cars and shit. Secret Service. It was fucking nuts. I'm just sitting on the plane. I remember Andy LaBarber was texting me about something. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just watching Trump get in his car right now and fucking head to the game. Like, all right, that's great and everything. That was fun. So hurry it up, dude.
Yeah,
I want to go home. I saw the show. You guys are like, it was funny because I don't give a shit about whatever. Army, Navy. I don't think there should be infighting in our military. That they should be working together, right? Why do we need all of our fucking wars in the last 20 years have been in deserts? Why do we even need a Navy?
Well, I think Army has won that game like 2 or 3 years in a row. And, Nate is in the Army Reserves. Yeah. So a buddy is in the Naval Reserves. So every year they have like a $50 bet on that game. And Navy had won 15 years in a row or something like that. So Nate's won like 2 or 3 years in a row. And he's like, dude, I was on a 15-year losing streak. I was like, oh, my God.
I feel bad for the Navy because of that song.
What?
The Village People put out this In the Navy song.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the most blatantly gay fucking band in the world puts out this In the Navy song with this wink, wink, nudge, nudge, get your dick sucked on a boat song.
Right.
And everybody in the Navy who's like busting their ass to like protect the country is like, dude, what the fuck? Really? You can have like, what? Why us?
Yeah.
The gayest branch in the military.
You're out on the sea for 6 months.
In the Navy. A hole is a hole in the Navy.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel bad for them. And now they can't even win their game. But yeah, I'm like trying to get out of Philly while the whole rest of the world is descending in for the biggest game of the fucking world or whatever. And I'm like just getting annoyed trying to get out of the city. I'm like, I saw my thing. I saw the Chip Chipperson podcast. That's obviously the most important thing that was happening in this city.
Well, obviously.
Not your silly little game.
Not your silly little game.
Good shit.
Yep. So,
well, it's, I feel like, it's the 18th. I feel like I've gotten through a good amount of the season without being beat over the head with Christmas music. You know why? Because all of the shopping gets done on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm not at the mall. I'm not out at stores or anything.
Right.
I was at Wegmans, and they had this weird, like, jazzy, swingy version of fucking, it was Mr. Sandman, the fucking, but it was Santa. Santa, bring me the thing.
Oh, really?
But it was like all swingy and jazzy and a little fucking too cool for its own fucking. It was a little up its own ass, but it's fucking. It was kind of annoying. Other than that, it was fine. You know, but dude, there's something. I think that's the phones or something has like really fucked with people's like depth perception or like their awareness of their physical presence in the world.
Right.
Because I'm like, nobody knows how to walk anymore. Nobody knows how to operate inside a grocery store. It's busy. It's holiday season. It was right before Thanksgiving. Everyone's getting their shit. And everyone's just clashing into each other and bumping. And everyone's like walking around like they're the only person in the world.
Yep.
That's the thing. You got to give it to them Chinese. There's a billion of them trying to operate all the time. They move like a herd of fish. They just like, you just kind of join the crowd and you just get swept into it, you know? Mm-hmm. But here, nobody has that figured out. It's just fucking chaos.
Right.
Romanian listeners. Yeah, we hit a lot of things.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor for the first time in almost goddamn 10 years the other day. We have a new insurance situation, so we went in for, checkups and all that. And I hate it.
Yeah?
I hate it. I hate every minute of it.
Yeah, I don't go to the doctor.
I hate the forms. I hate the waiting. That's all. It's all forms and waiting.
Yeah.
They give you a 2,000-page booklet to fill out with all sorts of fucking questions that, does anyone know all this stuff about themselves? When's the last time you had lentil soup? I need an exact date and time. And what temperature was it that day? You're like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to the doctor in so long, they probably don't even have a file on me anymore.
Yeah, sure you don't exist. But, you can't answer them. Everyone's like, be honest with your doctor, they'll help you, but you can't. So they're asking me all these questions. And he's like, any allergies? And I was like, well, no allergies to medications or anything that I know of. Like, well, any other allergies? I'm like, the normal shit, dogs and pollen, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, mistake. Just say no. Because they're like, so dogs, so what about? And then she turns and, looks at me and is like, what about dogs? I'm like, I don't know, man. If there's a dog in a room and I touch my eyes, it gets itchy. How often does this happen? I don't fucking know. Like, all right, well, here's a 2,000-page booklet. I'm going to need every dog you've come in contact with.
Short hair, long hair,
exactly.
Medium hair.
Every dog you've come in contact with in the last 8 years. List them by breed and weight.
Yeah.
And I'm
How old would you say this dog was?
There's not a dog. I was just kind of forget I said anything. That's it. That's all I want to say is forget I even fucking mentioned it.
Just kidding.
We're going to send you to an allergist. It's a 10-week program from 9 a.m. to 9 at night where you will pet different breeds of dogs. Who has time for any of this shit? I don't even want to be here now.
Right.
And every appointment leads to 3 more appointments.
Yep.
It's just the system. You just get sucked into it. And then it's more forms and the lines. There was a lady in the waiting room when we got there, and she was still there when we left. I think that lady's been there for years. I think she just lives in the waiting room now. And just every little bit, they just give her another form to fill out. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll be right with you. It's a whole thing. When people go missing, that's what happens. They went to the doctor, and they just got lost in the whole system. And then the office moved. Yeah. It fucking sucks, man. And they tell me, and so then when they're like, oh, you have any pain here? I'm like, no. Even if it's on fire, I'm like, nope. Because then you're going to send me to an on fire specialist, and that's going to eat up another fucking afternoon. I'm trying to take edibles and watch The Sopranos, damn it. I don't have time for this. No, you have any depression or anxiety? I'm like, nope. Yeah, we're humans. Yes, we all do. We have no idea what this thing is or why we're here. It's nothing but depression and anxiety. That's all it is. You have any thoughts of suicide? 4 times a day, but I'm not telling you because then you're going to sign me up for another thing. It's not over anything serious. It's usually when someone says good morning and I say, how's you doing? And I'm like, how's you doing? Ugh. I'm gonna jump out a fucking window. That was terrible. You think back on some douchey thing you said when you were in 4th grade, then you have a suicidal thought. That's normal. That's healthy, Doc. Don't tell me that I'm not healthy. That's fucking healthy. If you don't have those thoughts, there's something wrong with you. You should be here. Your thoughts of suicide. When you guys handed me that fucking copy of
Just when I come here.
Yeah, seriously. When you handed me that fucking phone book to fill out, has your father ever stubbed his toe? I need an actual date and time.
Yeah.
Ugh, you're the worst.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas to all the medical physicians out there. I'll see you again. I have an appointment every day for the rest of my life now.
Yeah.
I dare to say that dogs make me sniffy.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, they got you, man.
That's why
Shouldn't
I just
have
don't
said
go.
that. Yeah. Did you ever get sunburned? No, I'm black. Hey, I'll write that down.
Yep, that's why you just can't go.
That's why I haven't gone in a long time.
Yeah, I know. I can't stand it either, so I just don't even bother. Plus, I don't get sick, so it doesn't really matter. I don't have any major ailments. Usually, if I cut myself bad enough, I just get a shit ton of butterfly Band-Aids and some super glue, and I'm good to go.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what Flea from the Chili
That's what
Peppers
this scar on my forearm is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you
Super
slice
glue and
yourself?
13 butterfly Band-Aids.
Yeah.
That definitely warranted stitches, but there was no fucking way I was going.
It's a whole thing. They got you, man. They got you.
I did it with hedge trimmers.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they were brand new too, so I didn't even know I did it, and all of a sudden there was just blood everywhere, and I was like, "What the hell is this? Oh no, what is that?" So that was a good day, but it was fine. A few days later, it was healing.
Yeah.
Being a
Dump a
doctor.
little fucking booze on it.
Yeah.
Get some 101 and just pump.
I should not be giving advice.
This is
We
great
shouldn't?
advice.
No.
Shh.
What are you talking about?
That's why she doesn't have a mic.
That's why she doesn't have a mic.
She's wrapped into the medical thing. She believes these goddamn witch doctors.
You can't
Everything they
believe
tell her.
them. They're not telling the truth.
Yeah.
We're telling the truth.
See here, if you go to a drug dealer and you just give him money, he gives you drugs. Doctors make you jump through all these hoops and fucking lie to him and tell all these things, and it's like they're like a shitty girlfriend.
Yeah.
You have to convince me you hurt your back.
Fuck that.
I got your blood thing where you looked down and saw blood. That reminded me of a frosting story. I went to a little kids. Well, you just look down and you see blood everywhere. I went to a little kid party at the bowling alley, and like there was pizza and the cake was out.
Yeah.
And like I go get like a slice of pizza and I look down on my jacket and it's just blue frosting, like I rolled around in it. And I was like, what the fuck? And I just like, there's people everywhere and I'm like kind of high, so I'm all like, oh fuck. And I just run to the bathroom and I'm like wiping it off. And I'm in the bathroom thinking that now there's like a little kid looking at his birthday cake that's got like just ruined because I like put my elbow in it. And I'm like, I'm going to have to fucking find a window and just get the fuck out of here and just never see my family again. I can't go face this. I think there's a kid who's like crying because his birthday's ruined because dumb Uncle Sean fucking elbowed his cake trying to get pizza. But then I went out and I started looking at everybody else at this party and everybody had blue shit on them.
Really?
Like somebody must have like, dude, it was like fucking herpes. It just like once it left the
It was
cake.
probably the birthday kid. He probably went around and put it on everyone.
It
as
was
his,
just
as
everywhere.
His own personal birthday gift to himself, so
bet
he
if
could
you-
laugh at all of you.
Yeah. He's the Joker.
Yeah.
Ah.
I got every single adult here. Best
Yeah.
birthday ever.
But if you go to that bowling alley right now, you're gonna find some blue dye somewhere.
Probably.
It was fucking everywhere, man. But yeah, 13 stitches and some soup. I just super glued the cake,
No stitches.
fixed it up,
No stitches.
put some fucking butterfly Band-Aids on the cake, and we were good to go.
I got stitches once before, and it took for fucking ever, and I was like, I'm not doing that again.
These stitches, I still have a little scar up here.
Yeah.
It only, when Voldemort is near, it starts pulsating. But I was like a little kid. I was like 2 or 3 years old, and I was my neighbor, like little kid in the neighborhood, had a skateboard, so I was skateboarding on the sidewalk, and that's where the story stops being cool. You tell people, and they're like, "You're skateboarding at 2, and you cracked your skull open? That's badass, dude." I'm like, "Not exactly." I'm skateboarding, and my mom is like,
Yeah, you can't be on a skateboard. You're gonna hurt yourself.
That's a dead-on impression. And like she took the skateboard away because I'm a little kid and like I didn't have a helmet or anything on, and like she's watching her baby roll around on this fucking skateboard, and she's like, no, and she took it away, and I got all pissed off, and I ran inside and tripped over a sleeping bag and smacked my head on the fucking TV.
Christ.
And then she had to take me
Should've
to
just let me skateboard,
I
Mom.
would have been fine. And then she had to take me for stitches. Backfire.
That'll learn you, Ma.
See? Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
So let your kids skateboard. Don't take them to the doctor. And, watch your cake.
Yeah.
Watch your elbows around cake.
Yeah.
It's going to get everywhere.
These are very important rules to life.
Yes, and OJ should be welcomed back.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I believe in forgiveness. Come home, Juice.
Come home, Juice.
All right, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Thank you for listening. Shout out Romania.
Yep. Shout out to Gas and Grill. We haven't given you guys one in a while. And
shout out to Gas. I'm getting kind of hungry. Shout out Gas and Grill.
Dude, yeah, they just Jack over at the Gas and Grill just hooked me up with this awesome steak and cheese flatbread thing the other day. Oh my god, it was fucking fantastic. I know.
Yeah.
So cheers, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I think we'll probably get one in before the New Year too.
Yeah, we'll try and get one and squeeze one in before the New Year, and then we'll wish you Happy New Year too.
Yeah. Good tidings to thing to you and your thing. Good tidings and Happy New Year. There we go. All right. Captain's Jug of Thoughts.
Till next time.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.